let's say you do have a horrible day, you twisted your ankle, you're stressed out, you got a performance in a week, you can't even memorize the combo. How do you get it together for yourself?
I feel like that's usually when, I mean, this sounds bad, but if it's in a class and I'm not fully there, I know that it would be better just to excuse myself than to keep trying to push myself and probably hurt myself. So
That's really
I
interesting.
usually just need to stop
You
and
can
take a
have
breath.
You can have a day like, you can be doing double tours or something like that and just kill them all the time. Then one day you come in and they've just gone out the window. And you don't need to sit there and practice it the wrong way. So you have to sometimes step back and be like, I can't practice this, wrong. So I'm going to quit. I'm just going to, give it an hour and I'll come back. I'll go get a drink of water. I'll come back to it in an hour.
Do you try to focus on something else for that hour?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a big thing also that I'm always advising my staff about, and I myself have to pay attention to. Is there are those days or even those hours when it's like, okay, do it again. We got to do it again. Okay, that's almost right, but you got to fix it and do it again. And there are other times that leave it alone. It's not going to get better right now. Just leave it alone. Let's go on to something else. And you got to be sensitive to that with dancers, because just as both of them have said, there are those times when they just need to either stop doing something or go forward. But ultimately, dancers are tougher than anybody else I know. They're tougher than athletes. They're tougher than soldiers. They really are people who. What's the phrase when the going gets tough, the tough get going?
Yeah.
If they've got to go on stage, they're just going to make it work.
Have you ever been, I want to say, sick/injured? Only reason I'm asking is my cousin was professional, and I remember she had the flu, like vomiting flu. She would go to the side, and go back, do her thing.
I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know. This is
I've been there. I was
fascinating.
doing Cleopatra for Ben Stevenson, and I got sick, and you're
What kind of sick?
like puking, throwing
Okay,
up, like
okay.
feeling like
Let's go
as
into
bad
it.
as
What did it
you
look
can, and so or laying there in bed, and just dreading having to go to the theater, but you
Right.
get up and you try to stay hydrated and get out there and work through it. I've had some gnarly injuries that I've had to push through, like that aren't fun to.
Pain
aren't
meds,
fun.
does that do
No.
anything for you guys?
I have done the whole pain med thing before, and now I don't mess with it because it's bad for your stomach.
Yeah,
I
you
spent a
gotta be
whole
careful with
season.
that
I
stuff.
spent a whole season on pain meds after ankle surgery, and it was, I wanted to go on tour with the company, and so I had an ankle surgery. 6 weeks later, I got out. I was starting to walk. 8 weeks out of surgery, I started performing, and I just wanted to go on tour. So I was pushing myself. I was young, and it was for Nutcracker tour too.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
Yeah, and I should have just kicked back and stayed at home while the company went off into the tour, but I, overdid it, and I had to deal with ankle pain for a couple of years afterwards.
It's crazy. I mean, we've all had to deal with those, and you have a career, you have to make those decisions. I mean, we were just talking about it this morning. A week before we had to go on tour in rehearsal, I had my teeth knocked out.
On purpose?
No,
His partner.
it was my partner by
Oh.
accident. Yeah, and I had 1 week. It was I had.
I've had my nose broken by a girl.
Yeah,
We both-
just
yeah.
with same kind of step.
People need to talk about this one.
Yeah,
It's
it's also
no.
this stuff is dangerous, man. I tell you.
Oh, really? It is.
It
though.
is. It is.
50 feet in the air,
Yeah.
Something
But
can
also,
happen.
I mean, just what you're talking
So
about
leave
going on
that.
performances. We were once on tour when I was dancing in Southern Asia, and everyone was sick. Everyone was sick, and we had just buckets on the side of the stage. I mean, you want to know nasty, but we had to perform. We just kept it up.
See, these are the stories that I feel like my viewers are going to be interested because it's just like you would never know.
Oh
You're
yeah,
going
I mean
so
everybody's
good
just
at
like,
that.
oh, you should watch these people backstage, and we were all like, or
Hawking loogies in the trash
yeah,
can.
exactly, all this nasty stuff, and then they walk on stage, and oh, so beautiful.
Amazing.